Welcome students, this is Adarsh Dhawan talking to you about physics. Why this subject or rather every subject is different from other subject, and we should have different methodology for every subject. Let me explain it to you. When you were in younger classes, you had lots of subjects. And let us understand the methodology. You used to go to school. The teacher teaches you something. You might write down on your notebooks. You come home. There are certain books, certain assignments, etc. given to you. You do them. Then there are certain examinations which the school or the board sets for you. You perform in that examination. And based on that performance, you get marks and you score very good. And this is the pattern for every subject, whether it's history, maths, social sciences, economics, every subject you were studying the same way. Now, when coming back to grade 11, when you choose your subjects, you will be very clear that now school timing is the same. That means in the same time you have been asked to study lesser subjects. Obviously now the depth of knowledge for a particular subject will be much more than what you have been doing in the previous classes. Now every subject has got certain peculiar things with it, and you must understand what is so important in physics, or what should we keep in mind while studying physics. So first thing, let us understand the physics word as such is not an English word. It has been derived from the other language. In Latin it was physica. In Greek, it was physis. Now, what all this mean? In Latin or German, the actual meaning for this subject was studying nature and natural laws. And if you see today, what we study in physics is basically nature and natural laws. Let's talk of certain topics of physics. What do we study? Heat, light, electricity, magnetism. These are all the things which are already in the nature. If you remember, roughly in 16th century, Isaac Newton gave a law of gravitation. And we all know his story. He was sitting beneath an apple tree, apple fell on his head, and so he discovered something. He talked about that phenomena. Can we ever say that prior to his statement, apples were not falling on the ground? I don't think you will say this, because apples were previously also falling on the ground. So he observed something in the nature and he gave certain laws, etc. And if you remember or you notice, in physics, whatever topic we study, first thing is about the experiment, then outcome of the experiment, then the conclusions, and then we give the mathematical formation of everything. So first thing is that experiment which led to a conclusion, and from that we can proceed further. So if being a student of physics, if you try analyzing what actually is happening in a phenomena, what you can see around you, then you can definitely talk of the outcome, then the final thing, then mathematical approach. These will go like this: first experiment, then its outcome, then you have certain conclusion from that experiment, and then there is a mathematical approach. This is the way we study physics. Now, let me give you an example. Wherever you people are staying, in whichever part of the country, whichever part of the world, when we have a higher temperatures, we usually have two devices. One we call it a fan, and another thing is air conditioner or AC. If you notice, you will find that the fan, the wire which is connected to the fan, is always having some length, some thickness. Same with the air conditioner. And if you notice, you will find that the air conditioner wire is very much thicker as compared to the thickness of the wire of fan. Both of these devices are being used when the temperature goes higher. But you all know that the fans do consume much lesser electricity than the air conditioner. And especially for certain countries where the temperature is already low, we do not use the heaters, we do not use the air conditioner, but we use the heaters. There you can find the heater wire is much more thicker than the wire of the fan. Apart from this, let me give you one more example. Now you all are using a mobile phone, and also right now you must be viewing this thing most probably in a laptop, or you usually use laptop. Now amongst laptop and a mobile charger, if you notice, mobile charger has got a thinner wire as compared to the laptop charger. Now once you charge the mobile, you can work on the mobile for 20-24 hours. Of course, if you use more, it will get drained, the battery gets drained out faster and you have to recharge it. But for a laptop, you can never work for 24 hours, 20 hours, something. That simply means laptop is consuming more power as compared to the mobile. Similarly, air conditioner or heater are consuming much more electricity than as compared to fan. Now, if you notice these two things, and whenever we go to the topic of electrostatics and we say electrical power depends on more current, and for more current you require a thicker wire, that time it will strike your mind, oh, that's why laptop charger is thicker, wire of laptop charger is thicker, and of mobile is thinner. Wire of air conditioner or heater is thicker, and of fan is thinner. You can conclude after that. If these two things come in your mind, and then you are explained that the higher current will be for the higher power, after that you go to any electrical shop in a mall, just by seeing, knowing these things in mind and slightly studying about the concept behind it. Now forget the mathematical formulas, V square by R, I square R, lots of formulas. But just by seeing the thing in an electrical shop, you can judge this gadget is going to consume more electricity as compared to the other gadget which has got a thinner wire. So you have got this conclusion from which point? Just by seeing the electricity in your home, in your nearby region, and then using the part of it, of theory. Let me give you one more example. We take two plates, rectangular plates of same dimension, one of wood, one of any other metal. Let's say it's iron or steel, any iron. I put both of these wires in bright sunshine. You can imagine the example yourself. You take a wooden thing, same size sheet, let's say 1 feet by 1.5 feet, something like this, and same size metallic thing, and we throw in garden when there is a bright sunshine. Let's say after 15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour, we go and try to pick it up. Both the things Now, let us analyze which will get more heated up. Think it yourself. Yes, most of you have got the right answer, that the metal will get heated up. Now imagine the solar energy, solar height, solar energy, solar heat is coming the same on the both the plates, but metallic plates get more heated. This is a phenomenon. That means for the same heat, metal will get more heated up and wood will get less heated up. This is a phenomenon. If you observe these phenomena, then we might study about the specific heat, temperature difference and so on. And if you notice these two things, you will notice the same thing in our kitchen also. All the metallic containers in the kitchen, whichever you are going to use in any type of heater or gas stove, they are going to have some either plastic or wooden handle. Even in microwave, when you go, you take something, you have got the gloves, you don't touch the utensil with the naked hand. You basically take the gloves in your hand because the heat is more. You know that the heat to your hand will be lesser if you use the glove in a microwave oven also. So these are the experiments which will confirm that heat cannot transfer in a wooden as easily as in a metallic thing. Now after this, when we study what is going to be in physics, how the heat is coming, what all are the various factors, we study certain experiments, then we study various things, then you will come across this. So this is the way we must analyze everything about physics from the nearby experiments. And that's why I say in my class, you are always welcome to state any doubt near about you, whatever you see. So if I know at that time, I will inform you at that time only. There might be certain questions which I don't remember at that time. I'll study more and give you answer, because I will always prefer that students to raise more and more questions, more and more doubts, only then their understanding will increase. See, it is a scientific subject. Remember, we know something called gravitation. Now what is gravitation? Do you say that the Newton gave this law, that's why you know gravitation? Newton, the knowledge of Newton or the theory of Newton might be helpful to find how much will be the gravitational pull. But gravitational pull exists. For that you need not to study Newton. A small child also knows. For example, if this is the calculator, I throw it, it comes down. I throw it, comes down. I throw it, comes down. Why it's coming down? Due to gravity. If in any region of the world, any region of the space, I leave the calculator, it doesn't come down, I will say there is no gravity. So that is an experiment which will give me some conclusion, then mathematical conclusion and other things do follow. So remember, students, the way to understand physics is very categorically clear, that you should see and study the phenomena around you, then the conclusions and then the mathematical part of it. Thank you. All the best.